You're such an asshole.
Hello, children. The old captain here, HassleConsulting.com, continuing on. Hi, Aaron. Please keep my name anonymous. A few months ago, I met a girl from OkCupid, and for the first time, a few months ago, met a girl from OkCupid, and for the first time, a girl displayed interest in actually meeting up with me rather than asking first. Anyway, we met up and hit it off really well. She scores close to perfect on the Cleary relationship test with a degree in accounting and a self-supporting attitude. The only red flag was that she was a huge liberal, but she tolerated my ultra-conservative views, so I could let this go. Yeah, plus at that age, every girl's a liberal because they've been told to be. Very few women exercise and display genuine independent thought. That's why they all believe whatever their teachers tell them, and they're all liberals and leftists. And usually it's the responsibility of a man to convert his wife, saying, we're not getting off with this fucking liberal bullshit. And if you'd like to be married, someone's going to stay home and take care of the kids, and we're not going to vote to increase the family's taxes. Oh, but my teacher said, fuck your teacher. And that's pretty much every relationship. I've seen it. Well, I used to be a liberal, and I thought I knew it, and then my husband told me differently, and he was right. I mean, you'd be amazed if you just say, like, no, we're not. And, oh, by the way, if you still think that leftist feminist bullshit, bye-bye. I'll change. I didn't know. But she could change. She was also from a similar background to me, so things seemed to work out better, even though we were both very westernized. This was my first ever relationship, and within 2 months, she hits me with the I love you. I had no idea what that meant, so I just repeated it. She told me that I was the only guy she wanted and was seeing, and that she cut off everyone else but from OkCupid, but that we weren't official yet. Okay, let me get this straight. In 2 months, she hits me with the I love you. I had no idea what that meant, so I just repeated it. She told me that I was the only guy she wanted and was seeing, and that she cut off everyone else from OkCupid, but that we weren't official yet. You know where this is going. Okay, a few months later, she asked me to be her boyfriend, and I accept. Not seeing any difference from what we had before. We happily dated for a few more months. Throughout this time, I asked her questions which revealed details about a romantic past that don't add up with what she told me. Eventually, I cracked open the fact that she saw yet another guy from OkCupid during our non-official stage, was fucking him behind my back. In my mind, this was cheating. She told me we were exclusive. Okay, she did lie, but then she also said we weren't official yet. So, yeah, she kind of threw you a screwball there. Like, I don't understand the I love you, but we can't be official yet. She got, but yeah, we went. I had to read this a couple times to make sure. Because if she says I love you, and then you went immediately to being official and said, well, during our unofficial time I was banging this other guy, okay, well then she'd be in the clear. But the fact she said she loved you, and that you were the only guy she wanted to see and was seeing, but we're not official yet. That should have sent up a flag more than her being a liberal. A few months later, she asked me to be her boyfriend, and I accept. Not seeing any difference from what we had. We did. I'm sorry, I read this. In my mind, this was cheating. She told me we were exclusive. Of course, I break up with her with no hesitation. In the harshest way possible, as she tries to justify how she lied to me. She tried saying I didn't love him. Isn't that what matters? Not to men. Not to men. Ladies, you could love them as long as you don't fuck them. For men, it's different. We could fuck them as long as we don't love them. That is truly the difference between the sexes. But she was fucking them, and that matters to men. I mean, God almighty. I mean, half the guys I know got their current wives or girlfriends by stealing her from another guy. Oh, she was in love. And they're like, sure you are, but you love me more. And she certainly did. And can we leave the past in the past? Oh, God almighty. During which I just laugh and end things with her over text. This bitch lied to me for 5 months straight. Of course, I was initially crushed by how much I had been lied to and used essentially as a side option, but then a blanket of relief engulfed me. Like you said, those whores do us a huge favor by revealing these things to us so we can move on with our lives. Yeah. I've been coping well with the breakup, having lost some sleep, but very happy with my decision to end things with this bitch. Does the fact that I was laughing as I broke up with her and the fact I've dealt with the breakup so well indicate I was never super attached to begin with. I don't know. I mean, you were losing sleep, so you did have some emotional attachment. I don't know how you can't be somewhat attached to this gal after that amount of time. But I would say it's a good sign that, a lot of guys have gone, look, this type of breakup would have decimated most men. The fact that you maybe read some stuff, got a little bit of wisdom from the master and the red pill community, and that you were laughing like it means you just have self-respect. And I think it's much more healthy in this case. You don't want to go to the point where it's just like, yeah, I showed the fucking bitch who it went. You don't want to go to the hate side of the force. But the fact that you're laughing means like, yeah, you're probably trained or this wasn't out of your purview. You knew this could happen. You had suspicions, otherwise you wouldn't have kept interrogating. And when you found out the girl lied to you, you had the self-respect to say, fuck this, I'm done with this. So I don't, you were probably attached. You want to be human if you weren't attached a little bit, but not enough that it overrode your self-respect and you no longer have self-respect. And these sad, pathetic guys that castrate themselves in front of women. I feel this is the case since I also considered ending things beforehand, but hanging out with her was some fun, so I didn't go through with it. Well, yeah, then your heart really wasn't into it all that much. Anyway, my over-encompassing question is one that will help out a ton of guys, Aaron. Help out a ton of guys, period. Aaron, you've described these type of girls as common. They'll string you along and keep you as an option, or they'll lie about being single, etc. I understand there's no science to this. Even if they get great scores in the Clary relationship test, they can be lying, cheating, manipulative whores. What can I learn from this experience? I also felt like I rushed into this relationship since it was my first. I'll never again go looking for my future wife like you said. I mean, you keep an eye out for the future wife. You're always looking for tail. Of course, you're a young man. You're going to look for girls. You want to get laid. It's just fun. And the chase is sometimes fun. I'll admit it gets old after a while. But you keep an eye out for one that kind of rises above the rest. You're like, whoa, what's that? That's different. And you'll know it. You'll know it like, wait a minute. You're an engineer. You have a job. You like sex. You're not going to play the fucking games, So they'll stand out. So keep an eye open for them, but certainly don't look at all of them as wife material. You look at them as all fuck material, and then they got to prove it to you, like compel you to say, wow, you're the one for me. I'm going to ask you out, or pursue you as wifey poo. I'll never go looking for a wife, like you said. This girl and I had very little in common, but we hit it off anyway. There was little substance with our relationship, other than the fact that we were conversationalists. But even at the end, there became very little to talk about. One thing I learned is that I will never again jeopardize my studies to get with girls. Oh God, you never. No, you got to take care of yourself. Career and education, man. You got to take care of yourself. Even your hobbies come before your friends. Brethren before wenches, as the old people said. School and self-work first. Girls dead last. Got a captain. Although I have no problems getting over this bitch, I'm still shocked how many lies she threw my way to manipulate me into being with her. How can I approach future relationships knowing that my first one ended like this? What can I learn from all this? How can I not overthink what happened? Well, you're already overthinking what's happening. You're like worried about something. Dude, you totally called this one. You succeeded in this one. This was not a failure. This was a success. Okay? So you don't want to like, all women are out to get me and all women are... Don't become like the last client I just had. Please don't. All right? Because then you're going to do worse with women. But this is not uncommon. This is again, and you kind of answered it with the lessons that you reiterated that I've said before. Your education and career first. Improvement in hobbies. I wouldn't say women dead last. Women deserve, like, I should really dust my house. But girls always outrank dusting and vacuuming my house. A girl and I, hey Aaron, I want to come over and like with the Mickey with the Bam Bam, and I'd be like, oh no, I'm dusting the house today. Get you and your lingerie and your heels out of this fucking. I'm busy, and I got a vacuum. You're right below that. So don't not have fun, but don't always be on the lookout for how is a girl going to screw me over. They're not. I would say they're not maliciously, consciously maybe, but not maliciously always looking to screw you over. They're operating based on hypergamy or hypergamic law. They're based on biology, genetic programming. Just like you see a chick and you want to go bang her, even if you got another girlfriend, you're like, how can I pull this off? I mean, that's just, it's not like you hate your wife or your girlfriend. It's just how you put, man, I want to go and spread my seed with some of that. That way, like in a Genghis Khan kind of way, a quarter of the Asian population will be descendants of me. So it's not necessarily evil. The lion's kind of evil. But don't be looking out, you don't want this to be the Inquisition. How can I keep an eye out for quality girls that aren't insane like this bitch? I tapped my phone. Okay, this girl is not insane. She was wrong, but she wasn't insane. How old are you? I asked you how old you were. Update, she came back to me crying and said she made a mistake. She would do anything but take it back now. No, you really weren't. It's not that she lied to you, it's just you're not that into her. That she hasn't been seeing any other guy since we became official, as far as you know. Why believe her on that part? Of course, I said no. I think that she was lying and feared pretty much it being too harsh. So I'm okay. Big made time, but then I ended up wait for her resume. How old were you? Okay. You're both 20 years old. Dude, you guys are too fucking young for this shit. You're way too fucking young. This is your first girlfriend. It's not compelling. You just, no. Let her go. Say, you know what? I'm going to focus on my studies. And maybe later on, maybe we can hook up later on. That's what I would say. But right now, you got to focus on your studies. Focus on you. Go date. Go have fun. Play around. But how do you avoid them? You know what? Read some Rushman. Here's what you could. There's no way to tell. It's just always have self-respect. All right? And whether they are doing it maliciously or unconsciously, you're not going to tolerate behavior that is not beneficial or at least respectful towards you, if that makes any sense. For example, a girl agrees to go on a date with you and cancels at the last minute. You don't call that girl back up. Even if she goes on a date with you, she's probably banging some other guy, or she got a better deal, or it doesn't matter why. It's that she's irresponsible. You don't want that person in your life long term. You might like to bang her, but a girl that cancels at the last minute is one person you don't want to have in your life long term. A girl that understands or respects that you're going to go do your own thing. Like, I know one guy, his girlfriend won't let him hang out with certain people. She tells him who he can and can't hang out with. It's like, holy fuck, that's a bad person. You don't want that. You want to go says, like my girlfriend, you're like, hey, babe, I'm going for a month-long motorcycle ride. I am going to go for a month-long motorcycle ride coming up here in a couple weeks. She's like, cool, I'll fly out and see you whenever. I'm like, all right, I'll see you in Denver, baby. And that's kind of like, I'm going to go and this is my path. You could come along with me if you want. If girls nitpick you, try and slow you down on that, no. They get in your way, no. Why are you hanging out with the boys? No. Hey, have fun with the boys. If you need me to pick you up, I'll come pick you up. That's the shit you want to hear from a supportive, not an obstructive, questioning, interrogative, nagging woman. Right? She should support you and encourage you and make your life that's already great better because she wants you to enjoy your life and have fun. A lot of girls aren't like that. A lot of gals are. And then another thing, like, dude, if I had a similar situation to you, every guy has, where we were dating, everything was going great, and all of a sudden she went ghost. I'm like, where the fuck did she go? I was into my 30s by this. I think it was 30 or 31. And I knew enough, like, she's banging some other guy. And I've told the story before where also out of the blue she came up, Aaron! I'm like, hey! And I'm like, fine, let's see where this one goes, because I was at a bar. She's like, so good to see you. She gave me a kiss. I'm like, good to see you too. Just kind of like, oh, this is a free movie. Where does the plot go? How does the story unfold? I got it. You got to meet my parents. I'm like, I do. And she's like, they're downstairs. I'm like, well, bring them up, by golly. Not like that, but I was just like, sure, bring them up. And they're like, oh, you're Aaron. She's told us so much about you. I'm like, oh, she has she? That's very interesting. I haven't seen your girl in like 2 weeks. But and then inevitably I found out through tricking one of her friends. I'm like, well, yeah, she's banging that other guy. She's like, you knew? Well, I'm sorry, but she really likes you. I'm like, dude, sweetheart, I didn't know. I just confirmed it with you telling me just now. She's like, you can't tell her I said that, but she really likes you. I'm like, you're the insurance policy. That's what you are. You're the insurance policy man. She's got a guy. She's got an alpha cock, more alpha than yours, waiting for her. She wants to capture that, but she can't get that. She'll settle for alpha light. She'll settle for your dick. Okay? And that's why I was like, hey, do you want to go out? Girl really likes you. She's like, yeah, let's go out. And I'm like, all right, cool. There's no question or ambiguity. But like, hey, you want to go out? And it's like, well, it's not this anymore. Hey, do you want to go out? And you don't hear back from them. It's like, yeah, there's another guy on the other end. So that when they go ghost or they don't get back to you right away like an adult would, those are that. But then another thing I was going to say is read Rush's Bang books when he goes out, and you'll see it's not his clinical analysis approaching women at bars, but it's when he actually starts dating a girl on the side. You'll see female behavior, and you'll see what to expect. And it's unlimited. It truly is infinite number of things girls that can happen to you that girls will do. But you'll get a feel for the trends or what to expect or the formula, the rules they operate by. Because it's impossible to predict what specific thing a girl's going to do to you. You know, like, I hope it doesn't happen to you, but I had a gal, she was stripped down to her panties, and I went in for a kiss. She's like, oh no, we can't kiss. Not, like, you're not Christian. I'm like, what? I mean, you can't make it up, but they'll come up with some reason. They will. So, how do you avoid? Just don't hyperanalyze it, but have self-respect. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to the course. If a girl is making it too difficult to date her or have her in your life, fuck her. You don't want anything to do with her. You got more important shit to do. You got volleyball to play. You got motorcycles to ride. You got mountains to climb. You got fish to fish, and shoot, you got a good 9 or 10 hours of sleep to get. You know, that's one thing I wish I did more in my 20s. I wish I got more sleep. I would have gladly canceled out some parties earlier, some nightclubs, and just gone home and got some rest. There's nothing wrong with getting good sleep. So, all right, hope that helped out. You guys got any questions? Talk to your older brother, Cappy. Go to assholeconsulting.com. If you know someone that needs a swift kick in the ass, you send them to assholeconsulting.com. And then if you guys want to buy my books, you can find them on amazon.com. And then always tune into the Clary podcast, which you can find on soundcloud.com until they go bankrupt. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.